All right, let's talk about Jay-Z. Now, Jay-Z is one of my favorite rappers, but he got a problem. Now, y'all see the stuff that's been coming out over the recent years with black artists. y'all saw what was coming out with Kelly a couple years ago, then this year Diddy, and then this month Jay-Z. When the stuff about Jay-Z came out, I was in the midst of getting a new phone, so I couldn't make the video then. But I was like, you know what, let me just make this now. Real quick video, probably like 5-6 minutes. Jay-Z has a problem. Now, to skip all the allegation, that's already, you could just go do research on that. I want to talk about something else. I want to talk about something specific that Jay-Z always tend to do. Look at all the nicknames Jay-Z got, and look at the one that he continues to call himself, like, for the past 15, 14 years. He called himself Hove. Hove is a reference to Jehovah, God. Now, clearly, that you, as a man, you're not supposed to be doing that. As a human being, you're not supposed to call yourself by the Creator's name. That's an insult. That's too much. Now, look deeper into it. Why is that in itself, like, why is he doing that? Now, Jay-Z is very conceited, clearly. Y'all know Jay-Z to be conceited. He thinks he's God. Look at his wife. Look at the artists that he signed. Look at how much money he has. Look at how much connections he has. And look at how much his connections have grown over the past 5-6 years since 2018. Part of the NFL, did title back in 2015. Then he sold that. He sold that for like 300 million. Like, look at, he's smart. He's a businessman. He's really intelligent and he's talented. Because he's one of the GOATs. That's one of my favorite rappers. I love the 90s. You got to give credit when credit is due, when these people are talented, but they have a darkness to them. Now, let's look at what I said earlier. He called himself Hove, which is a reference to God, Jehovah. Why do you think that? The man is conceited as hell. The man signed Rihanna. Rihanna's one of the biggest superstars ever. Look at how much following she has. Look at how much her numbers do. Look at how much money she got. She has a huge following. Now, the Jay-Z Rihanna thing itself is already a rabbit hole. Looking at how he signed her, if you do research on that, that's already disturbing. And look at her age and his age. Look at that difference. And then, of course, the main thing, Beyonce. Well, matter of fact, look at him and Kanye. Kanye is multi-talented. Kanye is really talented, skilled. He's intelligent, but he had his scandals which put him on the wrong side of people's attention. People tended to just be like, oh, F him. You get what I'm saying? Just push him off. And that's just how the industry do. When you are different or can't be controlled, they put you off like, oh, you just ain't shit. So Kanye had got the bad end of the stick with that. And look at where he at right now. But you see how their relationship started. They were friends. They were first, obviously, producer. Then it became boys. Then it became rap duo. Then they took over the rap scene in 2011 with Watch the Throne. And they both were just goated. They both had 2 bad wives. Both took over the rap scene. Both made hella money, hundreds of millions of dollars. They owned everything. They were the face of the black community at one point. So when you look at that, you just look at his influence is so strong on the community, America, hip-hop, entertainment, music, movies, etc. Jay became a billionaire in, I think, in 2019. He created Tidal. He sold Tidal, I think, when COVID hit. Made millions off of that, hundreds of millions off of that. He invested in Uber. He invested in, I think, a food company too. He invested in a lot of things. If you just Google him, his net worth, and everything that he put his money into and everything to grow with, it's a lot. And I think even one of the most wealthiest men in history was saying that he was really intelligent. So Jay-Z is high ranking, plus he works with the NFL. Let's talk more about his name, the nickname that he chose to call himself. Call himself Hove. I said it earlier, you know it, obviously. And that's obviously a reference to Jehovah. What else would it be? Hove doesn't fit in his name. His name is Sean Carter. Your nickname, your rap name is Jay-Z. Jay-Z has no relation to Hove. It don't even rhyme. The only thing that you can say is Jay, but that's not Jehovah. Now, when Jay-Z had dropped Takeover, as a reference back to Nas diss track, at the start of the song, he said, me, Jehovah. He has a song called Hove Did with DJ Khaled. He dropped the Book of Hove last year in 2023. What? Like, I understand you are multi-talented man, billionaire, entrepreneur, businessman. You got it out the mud. You from Brooklyn. Like, I get it. You know, you born in 1969. You pioneered hip hop. You one of the GOATs. Nigga, you are a talented guy. Your music is fire. You dropped one of the best albums I ever heard. 444 was tough. Black Album. Reasonable Doubt. Magna Carta was tough. Blueprint. Volume 2, Volume 3. All are goated albums. Like, you are a talented guy. You could literally retire. And I think that's why he's not really dropping music anymore, because he dropped so much music before, plus he's focused on his money. I understand that. But why are you calling yourself Hove? No one in the industry calls himself Hove but him. He's taken it upon himself to call himself God's name, and a piece of God's name. And look at what he do. He made Rihanna. He helped push Kanye forward with them collabing and the producing. You know, Kanye gave his best beats to Jay-Z. And look at his wife. Look at Beyonce. Beyonce grew up in a church. She was a clean, perfect young woman. She was like amazing for me. But she grew up in a church. Beautiful. And as soon as she turned 18, Jay-Z went straight for her. Straight for her. Now, clearly, over her parents' authority, Jay-Z knew Beyonce when they were teenagers. They met before, but they obviously didn't have any relationships. Now, Jay, obviously, of course, nothing happened until they were adults. But look at their relationship. Look at his intentions. His intent from being with her was not to just be friends. His intent was to see who he can take, who he can make as his goddess. I think he tried to do the same thing with Aaliyah, but that's a whole nother story for another video. I think he tried to do the same thing with her. It didn't work out well. That's a rabbit hole within itself too. His boy was dating her, and then this is a lot with that. But I want to stay on topic with just him and Beyonce. They grew together. He pushed her forward. He made her into who she is, technically. Now, obviously, she's talented. Amazing voice, could sing. She could act, in my opinion. She could do a lot. She's beautiful. She's everything. But Jay-Z was pushing her. You get what I'm saying? She grew. She grew around with Rihanna grew. She grew around with Kanye was growing. You know what I'm saying? The mid-2000s, late 2000s. They grew together. And then the scandal, the cheating scandal. Now, Jay-Z was caught cheating. If you look at it, it's weird within itself how the cheating scandal happened. And, you know, the elevator thing where Beyonce and Solange. And how she basically was fed up with him. And then they get back together again, and then she's pregnant with twins. And then that's just something up within that. I mean, I always thought of it as she only wanted just one man. You get what I'm saying? She didn't need all that. But it's something off with that. In 2017, off of 444, they dropped a song called Family Feud. Now, if you listen to the song, when he says, I told my wife that spiritual shit really works, what do you think he's talking about? Like, you got to look at what they say and what they do and how it all add up throughout, like, their time. You get what I'm saying? So, Jay-Z is a rabbit hole himself, like, going down everything. And there has been so much information coming out against him for this past month of December. his birthday month. Just like how stuff been coming out against Puffy, stuff been coming out against Jay-Z. It's crazy how they both got the same first name. Ain't that weird? And they both were born on the same day, 4. And of course, Beyonce. All 3 of them, 4. There's something up with that. Jay-Z turned Beyonce into his personal goddess. Off of the Carters, back in 2018, obviously, after Family Feud dropped, there was a song, I can't remember the name of the song, but I remember growing up listening to that, and I thought The Carters was a good album. Beyonce called herself Beezus. Now, obviously, Kanye called himself Yeezus in 2013, album called Yeezus. Jay-Z called himself Hove. Beyonce called herself Beezus right after Family Feud dropped. Around the time of all of this, it's all like getting closer to where we're at right now with the allegations coming out and all that. So it's like, why are all just dissing Jesus and Jehovah and just calling yourself Beezus, Hove, Jesus? Like, what is up with all that? So it's like Jay-Z made her into his personal goddess, just like how Jehovah has his son, Jesus Christ. He made his son, Jesus Christ, and then created the earth with him, his son, Jesus Christ, and created human beings with his son. So Jay-Z is creating hits, pioneering the music industry with his wife that he calls Beezus when he calls himself Hove. It's something weird with that. It's something weird, and it's dark, and it gets deeper than that. But I just wanted to, make this video. It's not supposed to be like 10, 11 minutes. It's supposed to be like 5 minutes, but you get my point. Something else I forgot to mention real quick. I remember I had this dream, I think last year or the year before, I don't remember, but I had this dream before. And it kind of was like, it was blurry. You know how dreams be when it's random as well. You don't understand what's going on, but then it leads up to something. So when you wake up, you understand, oh, this is kind of probably what this means. I don't know what it means, but what I think it means is it was kind of like I had insight on what was going on between the relationship. It was kind of like a disturbing dream. It didn't scare me, but the way I'm gonna describe it is going to sound disturbing, but I'm telling you, when I was in the dream and I saw it, I didn't see anything disturbing, but I woke up with this narrative. Like, I woke up and just thought it. I was like, oh, this is what's going on, but I didn't see anything crazy. I don't know how to describe it. It was like I was in some building watching through like a TV. So I was in the building, sitting down, and it was like this small little TV, kind of like a metaphor of like the information that we know. Like the TV was small, we don't know that much information, something like that. I don't know what's going on. But I was looking through the TV and I saw like, I don't know if I can say it, because I don't know if YouTube gonna strike this down, but I saw like hurt. I don't think I can say it. Can I say abuse? I don't know. I saw hurt. It wasn't like SA or, something else, the other crazy stuff, but it was like hurt, physical hurting. And it was quick. It was like a quick little like dream. And I was like, what? I think it was her when she was younger, like in the late 2000s. It was something like that. I don't remember. And then I woke up. But I woke up with the idea of like, what's going on? Now, tying back to everything I said earlier with like calling yourself Hove and all that and her Beezus and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? It has something. It's like it could be a metaphor. I don't know what I mean, but I just thought I should tell y'all because we're on the topic of it, and if I forget to mention it now, I'm not going. I don't know. Like it's so weird how he was in his 20s and she was what, 16 when they met, and they were friends. But then as they got older, and of course when she became an adult, it turned to lovers and all that, and blah 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 blah, and all types of I don't know. But there are people who be going deeper into the rabbit hole, uncovering all types of stuff. But as time goes on, we just going to have to see and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, really.